Timeline. This, idea, mine, and lost. We're going to tally for this for multiple items. We're going to lead up with until the 5th tally for one of them. So here we go, guys. They're all randomized. Not really, but here you go. Okay, first one is the there's like one example card I'll read real quick. So for example, this is going to be, this timeline is an unconditional flexibility. That's an example, but it's still true about myself. So according to me, this is not actual facts. I didn't want to make them too factual for any one of these four, so I was gonna work with that. But this still put me in 4 different quadrants of who I am, so that's still useful. Okay, so anyways, this timeline is an unconditional flexibility. Here's the idea. I had the idea it would be more stylish and accelerative. And then we have mind is, I guess the pleasure of gratitude is mine to rock on well with. And then we got lost is, I'm not lost, but I could learn more about life. And these are the examples of what they are. So this is going to be every item that feels like it's realistic to what my factual timeline is. Idea is why I brainstorm, even if it's irrelevant to the idea of ideas in itself, or irrelevant to who I am as a person in my life story. Mine's whatever I am grateful for, or whatever I happen to have in my life that I happen to notice. And not lost is anything I understandably lost in even objective way. It doesn't have to be subjective. So here goes nothing, guys. The tallies in with this pen at the last second because I like to edit that in the middle of this video for some reason. But yeah, we'll work with that. We'll work with that for now. So yeah. First one we got is some of this is gonna get real personal, but don't worry about that because that's my message anyway. So not all of it though. I tell myself I don't think much of the laws/rules, romance, education system, and even politics. Yet I have clear preferences on how I choose to live my life. So that was a straightforward example of what another this would be. So let's put that down real time, or else it's pointless. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We'll do circles instead of lines, so we can be with it. First circle, we'll overlap them. Okay. So the next one, I'll randomize a little bit actually, so it's a little interesting. Let's randomize a tiny bit. I did not actually read them in different order, but just different orders anyways. This is the one. Ooh, don't suggest what this one is. I didn't realize I had no longer been in my friends' lives until I turned around. Even if I blame it on being too slow or stubborn, the fact remains that what was or wasn't there stays no matter what excuse I have, that I was neither ready nor prepared. Oh, I wonder what that one's gonna be. Yeah, it's a randomized for lost, so lost circle. Okay. Let's do another supposed random one. If I don't make myself easier to understand than even the people that accept me for who I am and what I've become won't be nearly as motivated to back me up, even if it's hard and messed up how often others push the agendas they have for proper communication. So this, as a matter of fact, could be an idea because it's a little bit of a brainstorm about what people think of me, but it's actually a reality check. So this second circle. It's because because it's about the people who have actually judged me, even if they did in a so-called positive, proper light, about the communication standards that the world has. It doesn't have to be 8 billion people, but it's still different for everybody, even if it's all a general preference and tendency, which sucks anyways, but it's life. That's a given game for you, but it's still a good journey nonetheless. Not gonna lie. Okay. Let's not pretend to be random, let's just go in a different order. An insight rally point culture is a philosophy built to prove that everything is connected, even if the points you use don't make sense or are irrelevant. So this is idea. Principle? Something like that. Whatever. Okay, let's go for one of these. One of the most beautiful things about my life is I have been blessed with a quote-unquote training grounds, where if I take advantage of alone time, mental fortitude, and well-being, I could become a fighter tank even in the real world. So very soon it's going to get real personal. By the way, this is actually an example of a mind, because it's a grateful interpretation, it's a positive interpretation of those things. So yeah, it's going to get personal very soon, because this is one part that I actually mentioned real names in, but it's not a big deal. Yeah, let's go for one more supposed not random. Whatever, you already know what it is, that's okay. I tend to be my own proof that people want the opposite of what they have, even if they only mostly. Wanting to multitask and take big risks is my ballsy way of showing the world that I refuse to limit myself, even if some humbleness is far overdue. See, not all this is negative. Not all this is like down the drain and weird and stuff. I do my own thing. Yeah, I didn't explain that one. Okay, let's go for another. I may look like a young man, but people don't realize what weighs heavy on my soul. In fact, not even I know completely why I've undergone. I can't even feel most of the time. Whoa, way heavy indeed. Uh, is that what it was? Yeah. Okay. It's a lost. Okay. Uh, just because something doesn't resemble the figures, it seems like it meant to doesn't mean that it doesn't it never did. I'll just read that really again quick. Okay, just because something doesn't resemble the figures it seems like it meant to doesn't mean it never did. So yeah, I ran out of the first one, so you already know what this is gonna be. Man, this tally sucks. No, it's okay. Not gonna be negative about that. But I didn't want to write too many more than 5 or more than 32 if I was not gonna even do 32 yet. But yeah, it's an idea. Let's do one of these. I relish on the fact that even sarcastically pointing out my own idea for nostalgia never got published or existed at all. Most people don't need to concede positive meanings with like being ambitious. I guess that's what makes most people remember someone like me, especially when it is me. Now, this is not just a grateful thing to say, but it's also more of an idea too. It's both those. I could be like an event between my and idea. But it's definitely a grateful thing to say. Positive. So, positively charged. Let's pick one more. Oh, this is the one, the personal one. Okay, huh. It's not a big deal. It's even negatively charged on the base for it. Personal and negatively charged. Here you go. On purpose, of course. I will never get Kayla and Gopal back. I can't relive my childhood again for a second try. The people who hurt me don't realize who I am, and the people who love me don't realize what my wants or intentions are. I have gained pounds, have no degree, and cannot freely use my own money. Yeah, there's a bit to that. So it is one of the lost ones. And then we got a few more left to go. I think the reason common sense is used as a weapon these days is because people often take it all for granted. This is a tiny one. The reason I word like that is because it's a philosophy based on the idea that yes, idea indeed, that people tend to think that there's one solid example I can give about that. It's like to when you have to assume a generalization for the entire population, akin to things like laws and rules of communication, those are just projections on my part, trauma at that point. But when you have to assert stuff like that as if it's for everybody when it actually isn't for everybody, and if you can't prove that, it's still a very wide generalization. That's generalizing with prejudice and distortions that don't even have to make sense, even if they are guaranteed in certain ways. It's not usually the way to go. That's just my way of seeing it, but it sucks either way. So game again, ta-da! But yeah, let's keep going. Did I circle for that? Because I have to have at least. Okay, that was 3. Okay. I remember having at least 5, so I gotta go track of that. Okay. The plan is to go to art. Oh, this is personal again, but it's also like a good personal. So very personal at least. The plan is to go to art school regardless of my perceived personality, not just to realize my potential or destiny as an artist, but to have my ambitious dreams that don't seem sensible to guise well with art. Even if it's not CalArts, Goblins, or the new school at Alexandria for cult knowledge and astrological research, too, I'll take whatever the universe offers me. And so, yeah, there's your 4th idea. It can be seen as mine as well because it's a grateful thing to say, but again, with those to Venn diagrams, I didn't do this for Venn diagram purpose, but can do the line set of the circles. That's me being creative, anyways. Woo. Last one. Hey, ooh, I wonder what this one's gonna be. Idea, idea. No, that's how you do it. That's how you do the cough. Whatever. I don't care what anime you love or defend or hate to not see with the new content anymore. If the ones within quote unquote does get a season 2, I will scream. Only kidding. Do I have emotions? Maybe I should stop saying I don't have any, or else I'm showing them in my prose. And that is it for now, guys. Take care. See you in another video. Stay still, because stop motion is indeed on the move. and I'll make more claymation and more Fossy videos overall. There's a vlog incoming, by the way. Bye. Bye.